I had never, ever seen Joe like that.
Was not remotely surprised that Donald Trump won. There were glaring signs. I argued it at this table for 2+ years.
Before or since? Never.
Or since?
Yes.
Spent years telling Americans not to believe their own eyes.
We've never seen him like
Never.
that.
No.
With the COVID, excuse me, with dealing with everything we have to do with, look, if we finally beat Medicare.
Thank you, President Biden. President Trump?
A few moments later.
Joe, you did such a great job. You answered every question. You knew all the facts. And let me ask the crowd, what did Trump do? Why?
So, guys, as you saw at the very beginning of this video, Jill Biden is making a complete fool of herself. She was out here talking about how amazing her husband did during the debate. And like, I know you wanted him to win, but Jill, it was over. It was over way before he stepped foot onto this stage. What the hell did you think you were doing? You were just humiliating him and yourself. Guys, I'm gonna go ahead and react to this clip real quick and see what she had to say. I haven't seen the full, it's only like a minute, but I've never actually seen the full thing. I just read the caption, so I know what it's about. She finally admits the truth. By the way, guys, there's a new feature on YouTube where you can hype videos. So be sure to like the video, hype the video. It helps out a lot. Appreciate you.
Were you horrified as you saw it unfold?
I wasn't horrified. I was frightened because I had never, ever seen Joe like that.
With the COVID, excuse me, with dealing with everything we have to do with, look, if we finally beat Medicare.
Thank you, President Biden.
Before or since? Never.
Or since?
Yes. Or
You've
since.
never seen him like
Never.
that?
No.
Lies.
What happened?
I don't know what happened. I mean, as I watched it, I thought, oh my God, he's having a stroke. And it scared me to death.
Joe, you did such a great job. You answered every question. You knew all the facts. And let me ask the crowd, what did Trump do? Why?
Were you horrified?
Guys, who here believes Jill Biden? For crying out loud, she took his microphone in that last part of the clip here so that she could speak on his behalf. Here's what he said, by the way, either right before or right after that.
Northern military trying to get the Apaches back in the reservation, and they were lying like hell to them, and they're all sitting on a bluff, and John Wayne was sitting with two Indian, they were Apaches, and
this guy is clearly incoherent. He doesn't know what the hell's going on. He doesn't know who he is. He's like, you're Biden, right? You're Jill Biden. Who am I? I don't know who you need to look in the mirror or something. He's like, who's this old fart? This old coot, like 5.5 feet in a grave already. It's to the point of being sad, guys. No friends, no colleagues, nobody who loves and respects you should ever put you in this type of position. I would never appreciate anybody who claimed to love and respect me, who would even allow me, block me. Don't allow me to do it. Okay, don't allow me to humiliate myself, because this is what Joe Biden's going to be remembered for. It's like the 1990s crime bills, locking up black folks and humiliating himself and getting his butt kicked by Trump. That's what he's going to be remembered for, guys. And to make matters worse, these propagandists all over the place are trying to say, oh my gosh, how could this happen? Like, I can't take it. I can't take this. This is relevant because literally, as you can see, Joe Biden is still lying about this. So are the vast majority of Democrats. Now, the fake news knows it's just too late, so they're just, trying to save face. Jill's trying to have plausible deniability for some reason. Maybe she wants to run for president. I don't know what the hell she wants to do, but it's not working, Jill. I don't think anybody's buying it. I want to show you guys Abby Phillip. Abby Phillip out here making a fool of herself.
Saw it unfold?
If I could stop these clips from playing, if Abby Phillip makes a fool of herself as well, basically pretending as though she wasn't carrying water for Joe Biden. I'm going to play this one first. There's two of them here, so let's get into
Tonight, a
this
stunning admission from Jill Biden about her husband's debate performance. Take a listen.
Were you horrified?
one. So we heard this.
No. Or said no. No, what he's having.
That interview comes just weeks before the release of the former First Lady's new memoir, and it's the first time that we've heard her express any concern about that debate that ultimately ended Joe Biden's 2024 campaign.
So she has something to benefit from it. She's got a memoir coming out. Fancy that. It reminds me of fake Tapper releasing his book saying, I had no idea what was going on. I can't believe they lied to us. These people are a bunch of clowns. That's why Trump calls them fake news.
But that stands in stark contrast to what Jill Biden had to say just moments after the debate.
Joe, you did such a great job. You answered every question. You knew all the facts. And let me ask the crowd, what did Trump do? Lied!
Even Joe Biden seems a little amused by that clip. Jamal, okay, your instant reaction to
Think about how this looks for a second, guys. Literally a bunch of Democrats sitting around laughing at the guy who they were trying to get elected. Make no mistake. They're laughing at him, guys. This is insane.
Biden,
you know, we talked about this a little bit in the last segment. When you lie to people right to their face, they have a tendency to not trust you. Mm-hmm. And, you know, a lot of people knew something was wrong with Joe Biden. I went to a dinner in Detroit, an AACP dinner. He was the guest speaker. His speech was great, but seeing him just make the walk to the stage, I was concerned. I was like, hey, this dude doesn't look right.
Guys, even you remember his friend George Clooney, who came out after the debate, not before, and who said that Joe Biden had some problems. He didn't say that before.
George Clooney wrote an op-ed piece in the New York Times claiming that after he saw Biden's condition at the recent fundraiser, he doesn't think he's up for the gig. George Clooney, couldn't he tell him that in person, for God's sakes? He has to write an op-ed piece?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure George Clooney waited until it was safe, when everybody knew the truth, to come out. But some people wanted to do it after the election. Guys, these are feckless people. But let's continue here. I want to react to this final clip.
The autopsy that the Democrats didn't delve into that, but it should. Yeah. What kind of political system covers that up and makes it okay to lie to people?
They're not going to do it because it technically may be considered criminal if they admit to covering up Biden's decline. But anyway, let's continue.
About what everybody knows is true. The November choice is between two old men. We know that. But tonight I want to talk about the Joe Biden that Republicans want you to see and the pipeline of videos that aren't telling the full truth. Now, those videos are probably right now clogging the public consciousness as Americans start to think about their votes. And this is going to be really tough and tricky for voters to sort through because some of these videos, if you're a regular person, you probably cannot even do the digging that would be required to sort through what is being chopped up, what is being deceptively characterized, all of that.
That's right. And it's only June. You're already talking about.
This is when Abby Phillip was trying to pretend as though per Karine Jean-Pierre, that these were cheap fakes. So these were just fraudulent. These were just people deceptively editing, making Joe Biden look like he was lost, right? But then you just see Jamel Hill over here, a staunch Democrat in the previous clip, saying that walking to the stage, this guy did not look right. So guys, again, bunch of liars.
The president's defecating in public. Imagine where we're going to be by October. The White House press secretary used the phrase cheap fakes, the idea of cheap fakes. Let me explain what that is to people. We've been worried for years about AI deep fakes, that computer-generated images are going to trick people into believing something that's totally false. Cheap fakes are a little bit simpler. They're cheap. They're just distorted, out-of-context videos, chopped up in certain ways, constructed in certain ways. That's what we're seeing. That's what the Biden administration...
Well, you mean like the videos... pictures of Trump allegedly being asleep that fake news CNN has been propagating?
Earlier today, and this is not the first time this has happened, the president appeared to be struggling to keep his eyes open during a public White House event in the Oval Office earlier today.
So he's done this several times now in the last few weeks. He's fallen asleep in a crowded Oval Office, and he's also fallen asleep at cabinet meetings with people talking directly to him.
Let's keep going.
The Biden campaign is so worried about right now. But make no mistake, they are worried about this. This is a real problem. This is not some made-up fiction. The videos are oftentimes made up, but the problem is real. Because some of us, Abby, watch a 40-minute speech by Biden. We see the full context. Other people only watch a 5-second clip. And that's going to be something that's going to, I suspect, follow Biden for the rest of this campaign.
I mean, look, Biden, as we pointed out, it's not a secret. He is an older man. He has actually moments that are pretty awkward in public. Why chop them up and make them into something that they're not?
She's trying to say that basically Joe Biden, well, he may be old and awkward, but he's not as old and awkward as you're making him out to be. Guys, they tried to hide it. They tried to get away with it. They literally did get away with it to get him elected the first time. He shouldn't have been elected the first time. Everybody knows it. They used the pandemic to do mail-in ballots and to hide Sleepy Joe. And they managed to do it. They won. They cheated their butt off. They suppressed the Hunter Biden laptop story. They did everything imaginable. The fake news was all on their side, and it worked. It didn't work twice. That's what they're so upset about. Like, dang it, we almost had it. We almost locked Trump up. We tried to remove him from the ballot. Like, we tried everything, but it failed. And just installing Kamala Harris also failed. These people went full-blown authoritarian. They said, we're going to skip primaries and install Kamala Harris. Didn't work. Like, they tried to get Joe Biden. Didn't work. Nothing that they tried worked. They tried to get rid of Trump after the election. Didn't work. Nothing the Democrats do is working because they're incompetent. I can't remember who said this, but I remember what the heck they said. They said the Democrats have literally tried everything except for one thing, and that's telling the truth. And today is not the day that they decided to do it, as you saw by Jill Biden making up the fact that she's never seen her husband like that, which we know is a bold-faced lie. But these are just my thoughts, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I appreciate you guys watching. I'm out. Shout out to my members, patrons, and fellow anomalies, Cyber Noodle, 655, The Great, Bella Scott, Carpentier John, and Pinecone 6. I appreciate you guys every single day.
He was going to have 4 more years and be the oldest president in history, and we had seen some slowing down. 72% of Americans said that before this debate. People who were raising their voices and saying America deserves other options than this were told to shut up, sit down, and not use their voice, but stand up for democracy somehow. How are you standing up for democracy if you're not allowed to have an opinion on the state of the commander-in-chief?